News making the rounds in Lagos communities and metropolis are incomplete without talking about one of the birthplaces of Lagos indigenous culture and heritage, Epe Insight. Welcome to another interesting edition of Epe Insight Show. The show is all about bringing to limelight the top trending news stories and happenings in and around Epe neighborhood for your viewing pleasure. I am Daniel Samson Idowu, your host for today's episode. This week on Epe Insight, here are the top stories making the rounds. KLM Housing Estate honors Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, Rep. Wale Raji, others for community impact. My mother was my greatest supporter, Professor Basirat says at 8th-day Fidau prayer of late Madame Sherifat, Olaiya, Oladipupo. Rep. Wale Raji builds new classrooms for Adeshowon Secondary School. Lagos State Government empowers youth through fish farming training in Epe. Rep. Wale Raji celebrates Honorable Ismail Akinloye on his birthday, praises leadership excellence. Finally, on Epe Insights today, Epe residents rely on MOPO batteries amid power outage, but concerns grow over restoration of electricity. All right, let's dive straight into the first story of this week's episode. KLM Housing Estate honors Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, Rep. Wale Raji, and others for community impact. The Lagos State Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, was honored at the Chief Lanre Razak KLM Housing Estate Annual General Meeting and Award Ceremony held at the Estate Open Ground in Epe, Lagos State on the 25th of January 2025. The AGM and award ceremony recognized individuals who have rendered meritorious and selfless services to the development of the estate. The Deputy Governor, who is also a resident of the estate, received a Community Champions Award in recognition of his efforts and strides towards the development of KLM Estate. The award was presented to him by the Estate President, Engineer Ganiu Sikiru, while the Chief Executive Officer of the Waterfront Hotel, Engineer Adeniyi Ogunsanya, received the plaque on the Deputy Governor's behalf. Upon receiving the plaque, Engineer Ganiu Sikiru remarked that the Deputy Governor has been one of the major supporters of the estate. He pays way higher than the initial monthly due. He has facilitated development in the estate, he said. The award ceremony also recognized another iconic statesman, Honorable Member of the House of Representatives, Rep. Wale Raji, representing Epe Federal Constituency. He donated solar power and facilitated the installment of a 500 kVA transformer in the estate. Engineer Ganiu Sikiru appreciated him for his numerous impacts on the development of the estate. You have been doing wonderful things for Epe Division, and this estate appreciates you, sir, he said. The Board of Trustee Chairman, Engineer Adeniyi Ogunsanya, also commended the MHR for his administration and developmental input across all spheres in Epe Division. I see all that you have been doing in education, agriculture, infrastructure, and many other areas, he said. Rep. Wale Raji, who felt deeply honored, regarded the recognition as a testament to his continuous service in Epe Division. This award appears to show that I am doing my job. I will keep it in the archive. And for the time being, I say thank you, he said. He further added that his contributions in the estates are joint efforts and are facilitated by a benevolent member of the estate. Rep. Wale Raji also promised to make further gestures on behalf of the estate. Other awardees include former chairman of Epe Local Government, Honorable Segun Agbaje, Engineer Adeniyi Ogunsanya, High Chief Wale Mogaji, who also doubled as the chairman of the occasion, former Chief Security Officer of the estate, Alhaji Ayodele Alebioshu, Engineer Adebola, Dr. Akim Shitu, Alhaji Ojikutu, Mr. Lai Giwa, among many others. Up next is the memorable 8th-day Fidau prayer of late Madame Sherifat, Olaiya, Oladipupo, held at Marina Open Field in Epe, where her golden legacy was remembered and celebrated. It was a beehive of activities when family, friends, and dignitaries gathered on January the 31st, 2025 to honor and give Alhaja Sherifat, Olaiya, Oladipupo her last respect at her 8th-day Fidau prayer. The gathering featured heartfelt tributes filled with prayers, love, and gratitude to an iconic personality who have impacted and transformed many lives during a lifetime. Our beloved daughter, Professor Oladipupo Basirat, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University of Science and Technology, shared the invaluable significance of her mother, particularly for being our strongest pillar of support. My mother was my biggest supporter. She stood by me in tough times and always gave me strength. Without her, my journey would have been different. She taught me resilience, humility, and the power of prayer. She was a woman of great wisdom, always reminding me to stay humble and focused. She believed in hard work, honesty, and the importance of family. Even in her last days, she continued to encourage me, reminding me that success is not just about personal achievements, but how we uplift others. I will forever cherish her lessons and strive to make her proud, she said. The Chief Imam of Epe, Sheikh Abdulrahman Abiola Sadala, alongside other iconic Islamic leaders and clerics, offered prayers, urging everyone to emulate a legacy of faith and kindness. Epe monarchs, chieftains, and some iconic personalities within Epe community and beyond graced the occasion to honor the precious legacy of Madame Sherifat. Among the dignitaries present at the event include His Royal Majesty Oba Babatunde Ogunlaja, JP, the Aladepekun of Odo-Egiri Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Oba Musiliu Abiola Oliwo, the Olori Oluepe of Epe Kingdom, Her Royal Highness Mulikat Aribike Adewale, among many others. The event was full of bliss, reverence, and grace as the Fidau prayer was concluded with merriment and celebration for a life well spent. Up next on Epe Insight today, we shall take a look at Mr. Project, Rep. Wale Raji, who recently built new blocks of classrooms for Adeshowon Secondary School in Eredo. Rep. Wale Raji, the honorable member of the Federal House of Representatives representing Epe Federal Constituency, has completed 2 blocks of 6 fully furnished classrooms at Adeshowon Secondary School in Ilara Kingdom, Eredo LCDA. This project began in December 2024 with the aim to provide students with a conducive learning environment. Adeshowon Secondary School started as a small tuition center, but over the years, more students from nearby communities have enrolled. As the number of students grew, the school faced problems like overcrowding and a lack of enough classrooms. Community leaders and parents called for help, and Rep. Wale Raji responded. "We saw the need for more classrooms and we acted quickly," Rep. Wale Raji said. "Education is very important and we must provide the right facilities for our children to learn in comfort." Traditional and political leaders in the area have praised the project, thanking Rep. Wale Raji for his dedication to improving education. "This is a great achievement for our community," said a local trader. "Our children now have better classrooms and will help them learn better." Rep. Wale Raji assured the people of Ilara Kingdom that he will continue to bring more development projects to the area. "This is just the beginning," he said. "With your support, we will do even more," he added. All right, let's turn our attention to the latest agricultural development in Epe as the Lagos State government empowers youth through fish farming training. Lagos State government, under the leadership of Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has reiterated its commitment to youth empowerment as a strategy to combat unemployment, reduce crime, and drive socio-economic development in line with the Teams Plus agenda. Eco Blog reported that at a fish farming empowerment program organized by the Center for Rural Development in Igbodu, Epe, the special advisor to the governor on rural development, Dr. Nuruddin Yekini Agbaji, encouraged participants to take advantage of the state's various developmental initiatives. Dr. Agbaji highlighted the importance of skill acquisition in securing economic independence, stressing that the state government remains dedicated to equipping young people with profitable skills. Governor Sanwo-Olu understands that empowering young people is key to building a stronger economy. This training is part of our broader efforts to provide viable employment opportunities and promote agribusinesses, he said. He assured the participants that the government would continue to introduce more training programs to uplift youth and create sustainable businesses. Mrs. Kikelomo Bolarinwa, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, reaffirmed the state governor's commitment to expand capacity building programs, particularly in rural communities. With more of these initiatives, we will not only reduce rural-urban migration, but also create local job opportunities and strengthen food production in Lagos State, she said. Up next, Rep. Wale Raji celebrates Honorable Ismail Akinloye on his birthday, praises leadership excellence. The honorable member representing Epe Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Wale Raji, has paid glowing tribute to the Executive Chairman of Eredo LCDA, Honorable Ismail Akinloye, on the occasion of his birthday. In his congratulatory message, Rep. Wale Raji lauded Akinloye's leadership, describing him as a visionary leader who has remained committed to the growth and development of Eredo LCDA. Today, I and the entire good people of Epe Federal Constituency celebrate not just the birth of a man, but the journey of a visionary brother whose leadership has been a source of hope and transformation for the good people of Eredo LCDA, Raji stated. He highlighted Akinloye's dedication to people-centric governance, emphasizing that his approach to leadership has brought about significant improvement in the lives of the Eredo LCDA residents. Honorable Ismail Akinloye is more than a political figure. He is a servant leader whose dedication to conclusivity and sustainable development reflects his deep love for the people he serves. His leadership continues to redefine the developmental landscape of our LCDA, Raji added. The lawmaker further noted that beyond the celebrations, the day serves as a moment of reflection, assessing the impact of Akinloye's leadership and anticipating even more innovative strides that will further uplift Eredo LCDA. Alright, just before we wrap up this week's episode on Epe Insights, let's take a look at the unending blackouts in Epe and how Epe residents are coping amid the challenge. As Epe grapples with months of total blackout, residents have increasingly turned to MOPO batteries as an alternative to electricity and expensive fuel-powered generators. A cohort blog reported that while the innovation has provided much-needed relief, many community members are beginning to question whether power restoration is still a priority given the rapid expansion of MOPO business in the area. MOPO batteries introduced by MOPO company operate a pay-per-use model, allowing users to rent portable batteries to charge their phones and small devices without relying on the national grid. Initially, the company had only one office in Epe, but with the growing demand, they have now set up agents almost everywhere, making access easier than ever. The way MOPO is expanding in Epe, it's likely that they don't even want the lights to come back, Mr. Tunde, a resident of Ayetoro, said. Before, we had to go to their office to get a battery, but now their agents are in almost every street making huge profits from our suffering, he added. A MOPO representative confirmed the company's rapid growth, stating that their service has become a necessity due to the prolonged power crisis. MOPO has been a game changer for Epe residents. With just a one-time registration fee of 500 naira and proper identification, users get a wristband tracker that allows them to rent batteries for only 600 naira per day. We provide a reliable power source at a time when the community needs it most, the representative explained. The MOPO battery comes with strict security features, including a built-in 500 lumen light and a tracking system that ensures it can only be charged with MOPO ecosystem. It also records transaction details and usage patterns via the MOPO charge unit or MOPO app. While many residents appreciate the convenience, others are growing uncomfortable with the increasing reliance on MOPO, fearing that the widespread adoption of the batteries might delay efforts to restore electricity in the community. At first, MOPO was a lifesaver, but now it seems like we are being forced to depend on it permanently, Mrs. Folake, a trader in Itaopo, remarked. Nobody is talking about bringing back electricity. Every day, people are renting MOPO batteries and they are making millions. Is this the new normal life for us? She questioned. Another resident, Bashir Sani, expressed frustration over the lack of updates on power restoration. We are spending over 600 daily on MOPO batteries, which is about 18,000 naira per month. More than what we used to pay for NEPA bills, he lamented. Yet, nobody is holding the power authorities accountable. Instead, MOPO keeps growing, he added. The ongoing blackout, which has disrupted businesses and daily activities, has left many wondering if the electricity supply will ever return. Some community members are even beginning to suspect a deliberate ploy to keep MOPO in business at their expense. We just want our light back. If power is restored, many of us won't need MOPO anymore, Mr. Fashola, a local electrician, remarked. But as long as the blackout continues, MOPO keeps making money. It's a win for them, but a loss for us, he added. Anxiety continues to soar among Epe residents over the extended blackouts, fueling concerns on Epe's overdependence on MOPO pay-per-use system. Residents are calling on relevant authorities to provide clear updates on efforts made towards restoring power supply in Epe. Alright, that brings us to the end of this week's episode of Epe Insight Show. Thank you for staying tuned. Meanwhile, click on the subscription button below and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with the latest news and trends in Epe, Lagos, Nigeria, and beyond. Once again, I am Daniel Samson Idowu. See you next week.